I'd like to give you a first look at a brand new dynamic mic and content creator light that are different than anything you've seen before. Super important message before we start. This video is sponsored by Logitech for Creators. So they sent me this mic, they sent me these lights. They wanted me to give you a first look at these brand new products that they're releasing. So let's jump into it. Logitech has released two brand new products today. The Logitech Litra Beam, which is their brand new smart light for streamers and content creators, and the Logitech Blue Sona, which is their brand new dynamic microphone. Let's go over them both. I want to talk about the brand new features that they both bring. I want to talk about what makes them unique, what makes them new. Let's start with the light. Logitech's light has a couple things that are brand new that we haven't seen before. First things first is the obvious one. It's the shape. This is the first streamer-oriented beam light that's been released. And the shape gives you a handful of new options. You can essentially put it anywhere at your setup. You can put it in places that you couldn't previously put lights, whether you want two of them on each side of your monitor, maybe you want one right above it. I'll actually be giving this a shot at my current setup. I want to see what it's like resting right above my monitor, see if that cleans up my setup a little bit. But let's get the basic stuff out of the way first. On the back here, we got 5 buttons. We got a power button, we got a brightness button, plus and minus, and then we got a warmth button to go between super warm light that's kind of more orangish and super cool light that's more blue. You can find the color that complements your skin tone the most. We have 3 different mounting holes giving you a ton of options of where you're going to put this thing, and then of course it's powered by USB-C, meaning you can do one of 2 things with this. You can either plug this directly into your PC and control it via G-Hub, which is obviously the simplest option, or if you don't have the freed up USB ports or you don't want a cable running all the way over to your PC, depending on where it's at, you can also connect it to your PC via Bluetooth, and you can just plug it into any standard USB charger. This thing can be powered by any charger as long as it's over 7 watts. And technically, it can actually be charged by something under 7 watts. They added something really cool into the software where if it's powered by a charger that's not able to get it to 100%, it will naturally limit the brightness so that you don't either overload the charger or overload the light with power that's not sufficient. It does that for you so you don't have to worry about a charger not being strong enough. So let's jump into G-Hub so I can show you exactly how this works. You can see I've got this one connected via USB directly into my Mac. If it wasn't connected directly in, it would just say Bluetooth underneath it. It would work the exact same way. And inside here, we have a couple very standard controls. We have the off and on. You can see this is actually controlling the one that is lighting me right now. Here, I'll show you. See, look, Litra Beam. It's what I'm lighting my entire face with in this video. And so if I turn it off and on, you can see my face gets very dark. And then I have 2 more manual controls. I have the brightness right here, and I have the color temperature right here, which also shows the actual temperature of the light. So if you find a temperature that works for you, you don't have to worry about guessing where it's at. Maybe 4500 works for you. You can just drag it directly to 4500. Maybe you have 2 different lights. You want to match them exactly. You got the color temperature right there. 5600K, which is a natural daylight color, works really well for me. I have to say, when Logitech first showed me this, I gave them a fair amount of praise for putting the webcam right in the software, because when you're adjusting your light based on how it looks. That doesn't matter how the light looks, it matters how you look. So you can actually see yourself here. Now this is using my MacBook webcam, but you can actually change which webcam you want to see. So if you've got a capture card and a camera running into it, you can just pull up your camera right there. You can see how the light is changing your face. Then you've got presets. Some are pre-made for you. You can also make any of them yourself, and you can assign them to a G button on your Logitech hardware, like a mouse or a keyboard. So that way you can turn them off and on and set them to a certain brightness and color setting just with a single click of a button. Super simple and easy, by the way. Oh, and also I haven't mentioned yet, the light retails for $99. It also comes built in with TrueSoft technology, which allows for cinematic color accuracy and also makes the light safe for all day use if you need to. But that's the light. And guys, it's a light. It's good. It's got all the controls it needs. It's got a unique shape that maybe you're into. And it's 99 bucks. You can use it wired to your PC or you can use it wirelessly. Just based on this video here with one of the lights lighting my face, what do you think? Leave a comment down below. And while you're down there, hit the like button because it's free and it helps out the channel. And if you don't have any thoughts on the light, just leave your favorite emoji because of engagement. Helps out a ton. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. But let's jump into the microphone, the Logitech Blue Sona. And I have to say, I'm very, very excited to talk about this microphone. I've had it unboxed for about 48 hours now. I've been testing it rigorously against other important unnamed microphones. It does some really cool things, but the big one the big one. We'll get into the important things because there are important things. The big one, oh man, this is a beautiful microphone. What they did with the finish, it's like a brush finish, but it's got like some sheen to it. It's not like a glossy sheen. It's got this super interesting side anchor design that is so clean and it's so unique. The tightening dial on the side is very large, which makes it very easy to tighten and loosen, which is great. The back plate on the back, I don't know why I had to say on the back, that's redundant. It's magnetized and it's gorgeous with the little Logitech logo on there. And you can flip it upside down if you need to, which covers 2 buttons on the back, by the way. It has a presence boost and it has a low cut, so you can match it to your voice, whatever works best for you. And then of course they've got a handful of different color windscreens. So if you wanted to go like full Senpai colors, look at that, this is now a Senpai microphone. I think the black looks really chill for now though, it looks super clean. I mean, there are some important things about this microphone, but I had to say it. I had to tell you how much I love the look of this microphone. And let's not pretend that's not important, but one of the super interesting things they did with this microphone, it's got a built-in gain booster that's called Clearamp technology. You know how dynamic microphones typically require a ton of gain, and that rules out a handful of interfaces that might not have the power to actually power those microphones, and you need to buy like a cloudlifter or something that provides 20 dB of gain. This essentially has one built into it and it provides 25 dB of gain. So I've got this plugged into my interface right now, and where you normally need 50 to 60 dB of gain for a dynamic microphone, I'm using about 33. I shouldn't say about. This is set to 33 dB of gain, and it is the perfect level. And that just runs off of phantom power. So depending on your interface, you either add phantom power, which is the 48 volts, you actually tell it that it's a condenser microphone, which will send it the 48 volts of phantom power, which will activate that Clearamp booster and turn on your microphone. And by the way, I've been testing the quality of that preamp in there, and it's fantastic. I tested it against a couple other microphones. I'm getting 0 noise out of this thing, which makes a lot of sense because a lot of interfaces will have a certain amount of preamp gain, and then on top of that we'll have software gain, which is basically just like turning it up. You get a lot of noise with software gain. This uses only a little bit of the preamp gain from your interface and then another 25 dB of preamp gain, analog gain built into it. You're not getting any fake gain when you're using this mic. They also did one other thing that was super fascinating to me with this microphone. Not only are the entire internals housed inside an internal rubber shock mount, like it is very, very shock mounted in there to keep noise from coming through, but they actually added a second capsule. For those of you who don't know, the capsule is actually the thing that picks up the noise. They added a second noise canceling capsule inside here that doesn't hear your voice. It doesn't hear anything outside the mic. It only hears rumbling from mouse and keyboard clicks on the desk, from bumping the desk, from bumping the arm. It captures all that and it inverts it to the opposite signal. So while your regular microphone is picking it up, so is the internal one, but inverted, which makes them cancel each other out. This is a normal thing, by the way. Your XLR cable is balanced, which means there are 2 versions of the signal going through to your interface. One is inverted from the other, so if it picks up any noise on the way there, it flips it back over and it removes any of the static that may have been picked up through the cable. Logitech just took that technology and altered it to be essentially the world's greatest shock mount. I hope you understood what I said there. I know we got a little bit advanced. This kind of stuff gets me excited. I love really cool innovation like that. But at the end of the day, none of that really matters if the microphone doesn't sound good. So that leaves the question for you, what do you think of the sound of this microphone? Full transparency, you know this is a sponsored video, so opinions like that aren't gonna have a lot of weight, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I really like this microphone. From the design, to the features, to the sound, I think this is a high quality, top of the line dynamic microphone, which makes sense. Logitech clearly wanted to make a premium microphone as this is priced at $349, competing with some of those other super high-end dynamic microphones that a lot of streamers use. But I'd love to know, what do you think about this microphone? Do you like the sound of this? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to know if you're interested in picking up this microphone. Let me know. I'll put links in the description to learn more about both of these. If you found this helpful, hit the like button. Thank you for being here. I know you liked the video because you're still watching it, so make sure you hit the like button. And as always, happy streaming.